Yo, stay wavy TV, ride the vibe with me, splash through your screen, drip clean like the sea, high tide energy, never on mute.
It's to say that the NBA is officially done with LeBron James, who's been the face of the league for the past 20 plus years. You know, LeBron James came into the NBA straight from high school. And since then, he's pretty much just been, the biggest name in the league. You know what I'm saying? But LeBron James, for the first time in 21 years, was not named a starter in the All-Star game, which, in my opinion, is extremely shocking. I know LeBron James, he had an injury coming into this season. He missed the first 3-4 weeks of the NBA season due to a sciatica injury that he was dealing with. But, since he came back, I think as far as offense, I think he's been playing pretty well, especially for him to be 41 years old. He's had multiple games where he's averaging well over 20 plus per game. But the problem with that is, guys, is LeBron James at this age, he doesn't play defense. And most importantly, he does not really help his team win in games where it matters the most. We've seen this Lakers team lose to so many teams that they shouldn't have lost to this season. They lost to the Charlotte Hornets, one of the worst teams in the league. They lost to the Sacramento Kings, one of the worst teams in the league. They lost to the Milwaukee Bucks, one of the worst teams in the league. And quite frankly, bro, if it wasn't for Lukadoncic, this Lakers team wouldn't even be a playoff team. Let's just call it what it is, right? So to make things worse, Jeannie Buss, who is the former owner of the Los Angeles Lakers, she's still a minority owner of the team, by the way. She came out and said that, she felt like LeBron James was ungrateful after the Lakers signed his son, Bronny James. Now, Bronny James is not NBA material. He should have stayed in college for another 2 years to keep developing his game. I think everybody would agree that if Bronny James' dad wasn't LeBron James, one of the greatest basketball players of all time, he wouldn't have got drafted by anybody. Let's just call it what it is. The kid's not even averaging 3 points per game coming off the bench. He's constantly getting sent to the D-League because the Lakers know that he's not NBA material. So the Lakers organization and JJ Redick, they're constantly sending him to the D-League to, make him work on some things to where he can, show better signs of potential that he's actually going to last in the NBA. But let's be honest, man, once LeBron James retires, do we honestly think the Lakers are going to offer Bronny James a contract extension after his father retires? Hell no. Now, is there some team that might sign Bronny just for the name? Of course. But the fact of the matter is, bro, he hasn't shown any signs that he's going to be a future all-star, a starter, a role player. None of that, bro. The kid is averaging 1 point per game. You know what I'm saying? They put him into the game the last 2 minutes in the fourth quarter, whether they win or lose. He hits a three here and there, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? So, Jeannie Buss also, brought up the fact that the Lakers trading for Russell Westbrook was 100% LeBron James's idea. And once that experiment failed, LeBron James was just being an asshole. He was giving his teammates attitude. He was, pretty much trying to force the organization to trade Russell Westbrook. And the Lakers didn't want to trade Russell Westbrook because they already gave up so much to get him just to please LeBron. So they wanted Russell Westbrook and LeBron and Anthony Davis. They wanted them to just try to work it out, whether it took 2 or 3 years. And LeBron James had no interest in doing that. So, they ended up trading Russell Westbrook and they ended up getting D'Angelo Russell. You know what I'm saying? So, Jeannie Buss also talks about the fact that she was so fed up with LeBron that she considered trading LeBron James to the Clippers. But she didn't do that because LeBron James has a no trade clause in his contract. So, you're not just going to be able to ship off LeBron to any team that you want. And they probably would have traded LeBron for Paul George. You know what I'm saying? I think that's what would have happened. They probably would have tried to trade LeBron for Paul George. But ultimately, they decided not to do that because, he has a no trade clause. So he can pretty much pick whatever team he wants to go to. And, the Lakers just had no interest in doing that. So, yeah, man. Also, you got a lot of Lakers fans that feel like the Lakers were better at the start of the season before LeBron came back because Austin Reeves, he was thriving as the number 2 option next to Lukadoncic. You know what I'm saying? The team overall was playing better defense. They just overall look like a better team. But now that LeBron James is back and he's forced his way back to being the second option, and also Austin Reeves has had some injury issues. He's missed like the past couple of games. The Lakers defense is just horrible, man. Just horrible. You know, like LeBron James, he's not even trying. You already have Lukadoncic, who is the worst defensive point guard in the entire NBA, right? You know, LeBron James at 41 not playing defense either. You know, that just makes things worse. You know what I'm saying? So this Lakers team, who went from being like number 3 or 4 in the West to now they're like number 6 or 7. Let me look it up real quick. So the Lakers are currently number 5 in the West, right? And let's look at the teams that the Lakers have lost to recently. The Lakers lost to the Portland Trail Blazers. They got blowed out by the Portland Trail Blazers, who's number 9 in the West, right? The Portland Trail Blazers do not look like they're a playoff team. They lost to the Sacramento Kings, one of the worst teams in the entire NBA. I think they're either the first or second worst team in the NBA. You know what I'm saying? They lost to the Milwaukee Bucks, one of the worst teams in the NBA. They got blowed out by the Spurs. You know what I'm saying? They lost to the Pistons, which is not bad because the Pistons are one of the best teams in the East. But this Lakers team has just lost to teams that they should not be losing to, man. And that has a lot to do with the Lakers not being a good defensive team. So this is why LeBron James was not offered a contract extension at the beginning of this season, because the Lakers are done with LeBron. They don't want, bro, they're going to pay him his 50+ million this year, bro, and they're done. They don't want anything else to do with LeBron. Lukadoncic is LeBron's replacement. This is his team now. They can't wait for Luka and Austin Reeves to be the number 1 and number 2 option. Plus, you still got Rui Hachimura. He's most likely going to be the 3rd option. You know what I'm saying? They can't wait for LeBron's old ass to leave this team next season, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I think LeBron should retire after this season. But that's not going to happen. Let me explain why. I'm going to tell you guys what's going to happen. LeBron James, if he does not request a trade or try to work out a buyout situation before the trade deadline next month, what's going to happen is LeBron James is going to sign with the Golden State Warriors. Because remember, LeBron James said on record, you know, before he retires, he wants to play with Steph Curry. Steph Curry at the time came out and said he had no interest in that. But I guarantee you Steph Curry wants to play with LeBron now, because Steph Curry, who's 37 years old, is in the final chapter of his NBA career. He wants to win a championship. And he knows that even LeBron James at 41, you know, it increases his chances of winning a championship. Jimmy Butler tore his ACL. Jimmy Butler is 30. I think Jimmy Butler is 36 years old. He turns 37 this September. He's going to be out for the rest of the season. He's going to be out the entire next season where he turns 38. So by the time Jimmy Butler comes back for the Golden State Warriors, he's going to be 39 years old. So LeBron James is going to go to the Golden State Warriors next year. I'm going to predict that he's going to sign a 2-year contract with the second-year player option, where pretty much the second year he can just, you know, back out and just retire. You know what I'm saying? If he doesn't win a championship the first year, he could just retire. Plus, you got Draymond Green, who's pretty much LeBron James' best friend in the NBA, which I find very weird due to the fact that this is the same Draymond Green that kicked LeBron in the nuts, you know, back in, the finals when, LeBron was on the Cleveland Cavaliers. But, yeah, man, I'm telling you guys, LeBron James is not going to retire next year. He is going to go to the Golden State Warriors. And I think that the Jimmy Butler situation, it increased the chances even more of LeBron going to the Golden State Warriors. Draymond Green is going to recruit LeBron James to go to the Golden State Warriors. And LeBron James he's still ring chasing, bruh. At 41 years old, LeBron James is still chasing Michael Jordan. I don't care what nobody says. He wants that 6th ring. And, bruh, if he has to play till he's 45 years old on some Tom Brady type shit, he's going to do it. Okay? So with that being said, man, it's your boy Wavy. Stay Wavy TV. Make sure y'all subscribe, thumbs up the video, leave a comment. I'm out.
Yeah, welcome to the vibe. Stay wavy in the mix, got the culture on the rise. Tap in, hit subscribe, ring that bell, let it ride. We gon' surf through the trends, give you game every time. Reviews, new views, keep it honest, never fake. If you're looking for the wave, this the channel you embrace. Stay